Hey there, my name is Alex. I am the Silver Mont, and here's something you may not know. I had around 2,000 hours played in Smash Bros. Melee. It was my favourite game back in the day. Brawl let me down, and as much as I enjoyed Ultimate, it's stuck on the Switch. Limited platform with ghastly online functionality. So as much as I enjoyed the game, the console itself limited it for me. I found myself rarely getting the chance to play it. Gee, I said to myself many a time, sure wish there was a game like Smash Bros, but on a platform that wasn't Nintendo. And then, quite out of the blue, for me, a game called Rivals of Aether 2 showed up. I'd never heard of the first game, which is a sprite-based one, I think, and when I first saw it, it was a Smash clone. I was initially skeptical, as I've played things like multiverses, or whatever it's called. None of them have worked for me. Short version of this video, Rivals 2 does work and it's a lot of fun. Before I go into more detail, I want to briefly touch on what I just said, Smash clone. If I see a game like this, I'm going to call it a Smash clone. I'm aware some people find clone to have a very negative connotation. I don't mean it in any negative way, so you don't need to leave a comment explaining how this isn't a Smash clone because it doesn't have Mario in or whatever. If I see Souls clone, a Doom clone, whatever clone, I'm gonna call it what it is. There's no negativity implied, so don't read any into it. Rivals 2 is clearly a game made by people who love Smash Bros. The UI, the character select, the whimsical nature of the game, even ignoring the gameplay, make it plain that they really enjoy Smash Bros. And the inspiration is obvious. The game features a bold, colourful interface and a cast of characters who are straight out of the 90s, early 2000s era of putting anthropomorphic animal mascots everywhere. Ah, the 90s. Back when I could think about Star Fox, Lilac Wars, with an innocent mind, shall we say. At any rate, we have a fairly small launch roster in this game. Let's see if I can remember the characters and list them out. Zeta Burn, the fire lion dude. Raster, aka Oz from Genshin. Maple, the naked Sly Cooper. Fleet, the Star Fox archer. Clyron, the legally distinct moth. Foreskin, the noob cybot hyena. Rano, the frog shake ninja. Shake, whatever. Crag, the spiky boy. Orcane, the stop spamming bubbles at me, you wretch. And of course, Loxodont, the nearest to Ganondorf I could find, so I went with him, but he's not really anything like Ganondorf. None of the characters in Rivals are mirrors of Smash characters. It's not like, oh, this character plays, exactly like Mario or whatever. You can make some rough comparisons with them. Loxodont, Elephant, he's more like D3 than Ganondorf, perhaps. Whilst I called Clyron a legally distinct moth, her kit isn't close to identical to his. She's just a nuisance with a sword and a counter, which is Marthy enough. Overall, the characters are great in how they range from easy to play to more complex. Zeta Burn, for example, is powerful, very simple and easy to play. Characters like Rano and the Hyena, Foreskin, and Orcane, whatever, are more complex in terms of their mechanics. As for gameplay, I'm not sure which Smash it plays closest to. Probably Melee, or in fact probably one of the more unofficial ones, what do they call Project M or whatever. It's a fast-paced game, you can wave dash. The general pace and weight feels nearest to Melee to me. Obviously, if you haven't played a Smash game, you have no idea what I'm talking about. What is wave dashing? In essence, this is a fighting game where your character's health is represented by a percentage. The higher the percentage, the further your character is sent flying when bonked. If you touch the edges of the screen, essentially, you will get KO'd and lose a life. Platform fighter seems to be the agreed upon nomenclature for this genre, as there are platforms and you fight on them. I played a lot of Smash Bros, but I'm not good at them, at least not anymore. Maybe when I was 14 I was good, but I enjoy them though. Unlike Smash Bros, Rivals currently is more focused on competitive play. The whole no items, no stages, final destination, Fox only meme or whatever, that's kind of this game. There are no items, there are no crazy stages. In fact, all the stages are very small. I would love a Hyrule Temple style stage. I loved that one. Although playing Loxodont as I do, that seems like it would be asking for agony from faster characters just running away forever. Anyway, aside from ranked play, there's practice modes, with a lot of nice things like frame data, hitboxes, hurtboxes and all that. There's an arcade mode, which is very simple right now. It's like, what, 8 stages. Most of them are 1-on-1. There's like a 2v2, 1 versus many, target smash, things like that. It's very basic right now. There's a planned story mode, but that's it. Perhaps the most exciting mode for me right now is doubles. My favourite way to play online fighters is doubles. The only time I ever got kind of high ranked in a fighting game was Dead or Alive 4 online tag mode, where I got A rank. This isn't tag in Rivals, it's 2 versus 2. You can queue up with a friend and get match made against others, or you can match make with a random partner against a random team. There is friendly fire, so you've got to be careful. I'm not sure if there's an option to turn that off, but yeah, you've got to be careful you don't obliterate your friend with a smash attack, as I may have done a few times. So as for the game's pricing and monetization and all that, right now the game is around £22, $30, something like that, and it has additional microtransactions and all that. You know, battle passes and premium currency you can buy, a cash shop. Like right now there's like a starter pack you can buy which gets you some in-game currency, a permanent boost to coins, which are not the premium currency but the standard currency. You can earn some of this premium currency during the game for free. There's planned monthly events to earn a bit more and stuff. We'll have to see how that pans out over time. They seem to be going for a no FOMO, no fear of missing out approach, where, you know, items, skins, they will always be available in the shop, which is a good move. New modes, characters, and anything really that impacts the gameplay, they've said will be free, whereas cosmetics will be the real money items. So you can buy skins, taunts, icons, death effects, platforms, things like that. Anything that doesn't affect the gameplay and is just cosmetic is what you're paying real money for. I don't mind that, because this is kind of a budget game in the sense that it is, you know, like $30, not $70. I know some people will prefer that the game is free, and maybe that is something that developers could look into, having a free-to-play version where you, I don't know, maybe you buy the characters. That's, I know, something that other fighters have tried in the past, but I think the current pricing model is fair. We will have to see how it pans out in the future, because the game right now is slightly bare bones in the sense that, you know, there isn't like a story mode. There aren't a huge bevy of modes to indulge in, but there is enough for me at this price point, I feel like. It remains to be seen how generous the currency earning will be at time of writing. I'm gonna give the developers the benefit of the doubt and assume they will do a fair job there. As for the performance, no problems for me. Game ran great. I was playing with and against Americans and the online felt flawless. I've not noticed any lag whatsoever, due in part, I imagine, to the game using rollback netcode, something like that, which is a very fancy word. I don't know what it means. Just that people say, oh, if that fighter doesn't have rollback, it's rubbish, blah. And yeah, I get it. It feels like playing locally to me. Frame rate I decided to set to 120, because why not? And I've not noticed any problems, not had any crashes, or hang-ups, or any technical issues with the game. Overall, I think Rivals is really fun. It's slightly bare bones at the moment, if I had to pick an issue. It remains to be seen how the game will be balanced going forwards, and there's been a bit of a controversy over the whole floor hugging thing, which I don't fully understand, as again, I'm not like a pro player, I'm a very casual player. But if I had a problem, or rather a worry, it would be that the game's audience is so hardcore, they push away newcomers. For example, if you buy this game because you think, oh, it looks fun, I kind of like Smash Bros. Maybe you jump in, you play a few matches, and you get absolutely creamed by people who've played for like 1,000 hours, you know? Because this game had like a extended beta, there's people who played the first game. We'll see how the matchmaking works. There is, now that the game's launched, there is a system when you first jump into online, you say, oh, what's your skill level? You know, beginner, medium, pro, gamer, god. So maybe there'll be issues with it being beginner friendly. I don't know. We've really got it. That's just one of those things you have to see how it pans out. But if you jump into online, the majority of the players are gamer gods who dance around you and flatten your dreams. It might discourage new people, and that might mean the game only ends up with hardcore people, which isn't necessarily a huge problem. I think it's nice when a game has a diverse player base of all skill levels. If you enjoy Smash Bros, this is, in my opinion, the first alternative that's done a good job. If you've never played Smash Bros, and you think this game looks fun, well, what are you waiting for? Give it a shot. If you think it doesn't look fun, then don't buy it, I suppose. Either way, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Rivals 2 gets a thumbs up from me, and I look forward to seeing what characters they add in over the next months, years, whatever. I need like another Ganondorf character. I love doing them warlock punches, you know? So good. Even if I am not. Ciao.